Yo, so if you have any feedback from your mic at all, like from backwards conversations, etc., just mute it in the moment. Oh, that's perfect. That's even better. All right, so Toxicity is going to take Susano first pick. We see Act jokingly on the Camisots. He should be playing solo for their team. It should be Frank from IT playing jungle, so maybe it's going to be like Frank on the Thor.
What's Foxy playing? I assume
ADC.
Foxy and Thor are gonna swap.
Yeah, well, Foxy should be playing ADC, and then Kitty should be playing mid this time around. Although it wouldn't surprise me if her and Foxy swap.
No, she's just gonna run mid Medusa. Yeah. Ooh, you think we're gonna see an invade from Dox here in this Hercules? Invade meta strong right now, as proved by me a couple games ago.
Okay, I thought you were legitimately about to name somebody too for a second.
I mean, the SPL's using it. Oh, baby.
Well, no, yeah, that's exactly what I thought you were gonna do. Though. I thought you were gonna name off like an SPL team or something, just because by me.
Oh, baby Dignitas using the no blessing boots invade strats. No, I think Renegade's probably the number one team in the SPL right now, just because of the meta. Sorry, who's on the blue team? So Toxicity is jungler.
Toxicity is going to be jungle. Cyrus is going to be the Agni in mid. Punisher APT is going to be your ADC. King Azriel should be solo, and then Dox at support. Theirs is actually done almost exactly like very cleanly. No. It's still in the picks and ban screen for me. So you'll notice a lot of people think the spectator is broken at this point in time because there's no time up at the top of the screen. But it is still like there. It's just invisible for us for whatever reason. Usually you'd have like 300 seconds counting down right there. Are you not in picks and bans? Oh, you guys might be hella behind us. If this was PC, I could pause, but it's not PC, unfortunately, and they don't allow a pause. Yeah, I was spectating from Docs. Yeah, they've already gone through picks and bans.
The bans are ISIS. Bans are ISIS. Oh, you're not in the game yet? No, you'll skip the...
Hopefully it skips me ahead.
Yeah, you'll skip ahead, Eugene.
The old bear and ban boy.
They were asking us to... I think we played against him once, and they asked me to ban Baron, and I told them I will never ban that god. And if they want to play it and lose, they can play it and lose.
That's like, yo, so what's your opinion on an Arachne ban?
If you're in a pub game, ban that, because Arachne is a pub stomp god, but if you're in comms at all, you don't need to ban an Arachne, because just turn around and kill her.
Oh, wait, I'm loading in with you guys, I think.
Yeah,
I told just got to the question.
Away, Eugene. Yeah,
all right. So question real quick, guys. Question real quick. So we're at the game starts, right? Everybody should have all the characters in front of them. Well, the 5 in front of them right now. Blue team.
Yeah.
All 10.
Let me know when game time actually appears at the very top middle in between like the blue team and red team.
Cool.
Okay.
Eugene, is your
I'm
audio
so-
included?
I'm
You
so-
have to do that in the party chat.
I believe so. Yes.
Nice.
I just got to the. Yeah, I just got like in the game. In the game.
I'm at 125
Yeah.
before.
Okay, it started. It's at a
Oof.
minute and 20. Something.
I am way ahead of you guys.
Where are you at?
Okay.
I'm at just under 50 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're about 10 seconds ahead of me.
I just got to 120. Am I 10 seconds behind you?
No, you're about
You're like
40 seconds
third.
behind me, Eugene.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There's no way to pause this?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I went into the settings over to spectator.
Well, my commentary is gonna be super
Well-
late. Don't worry, guys.
Early builds are at least a thing we can talk about, right? Because everyone does that.
True.
We've got a Warrior's Blessing on the Camazons. I want to check his pots right quick here. I can't check his pots. Yes, I can. Yeah, he's got 3 and 5, so not too much. I think he wastes 50 gold buying that 5th pot, but that's a preference thing.
Wait, is
On the other
Doc
end,
playing
you've got
Is that
yeah,
a
he's
mid
playing
lane?
support.
Yeah, Doc's playing.
Oh.
Ooh, Doc's
Yeah.
doing it. Follow Doc here. He's gonna do his stuff, guys. What's his start? Yeah, he's going with the no boots, 5 double health pot blink. So he's been out sustained.
I think we
Thor.
follow the Hercules here though, so we can watch this
Oh,
Clown
absolutely.
Fiesta at the speed buff.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah.
Link's driving straight. He's trying to steal it instead of distract. I don't know if that's the play, but he's definitely gonna get it.
It's a
Did not get
possibility. He did not get it. Rip.
Crash.
Watching the Thor right now. I would get out more than anything.
No, it's fine. See, if you start support and you just harass the jungler so that they can't play the game like this,
Oh, Rip the jungler.
you're winning. Yeah,
Who's the
because
jungler?
your jungler,
Feels
as
bad.
you can see from Susanna,
Right.
your
Thor's on
jungler is
tilt.
going speed back
It's ahead of
blue,
the game, yeah.
and so
I thought
what
it
you're doing
was
is
on
distracting. He's gonna fall into back camps, and Thor can't pull back camps because
He
if Thor
keeps
pulls
watching.
back camps, he gets aggro.
Yeah.
So Thor just has to stand there and do nothing.
Oh, it looks like he might die. Nope, it gets away.
No, he's not gonna die.
Bro, he's gonna follow this door to the back camps. Oh, wait, I'm so behind.
The correct move here. The correct move here is to not send the Geb to the duo lane, and if you do send the Geb to the duo lane, you have to
Oh.
steal their red, purple, and back. Thor blinks away there.
Oh, nice blink.
Just dumb anyways. You shouldn't have gone back in to try and farm. Just go to your
So what
back
you're
and then go to your
saying
other
is-
back camps. Don't let the Hercules know
Those-
where you are.
The right play for duo lane support right now is for support not to come into duo lane at the start of the game, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. Support
Is
should either
look
start.
to harass and rotate.
Yeah, you either harass their speed or you can support your speed, trying to get your speed, and then you go to red,
Which
just
is not
secure red with the mid.
You know, this is what I've noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed if you ever played with a kitten before, that she throws up a surrender and you start losing or something like that.
We weren't losing.
That is a
so I wouldn't know.
2-minute gank by the Thop into the duel lane.
No, the Fox
no,
starts in
that's the
He's
ADC.
playing, yeah, he's playing
Oh, he's the
ADC.
carry. Oh.
So he's so
Yeah.
Dox is doing the classic support, try and stay at the
Ooh,
end
you don't-
speed buff still.
Hey, Upbeat Bayo, I got a message for you from CDHM. He says you're one of the worst players in the league.
That's true. That's true. CDHM is
No,
6'7".
that's false.
He's Garbon is what CDHM is.
I wonder what happened that the Thop got a kill. Oh my god, he's popping off. He has T2 book. How is this happening?
Wow. I'm gonna go watch what, yeah, I was gonna say, you guys wanna watch, it's Fox and fucking, Punisher. See what's going on over there. Right now, Camazotz has the most damage in the game. Wow. Dox is third. And Chalk is fourth. Or Azrael, to be exact.
Ooh, the blink miss from Docs coming up on your guys' screen pretty soon, Eugene. That's a pretty good one.
I
will
have to
that
watch. I have
Docs
to like
play.
watch his stream because my shit's so behind.
How is it? Did you see the blink miss?
Yeah.
See how mid's doing, honestly. Grab you.
I'm interested, Eugene, to see what the support for red does. Buzzard again. Buzzard playing with Kitty again. This is an interesting matchup. She likes to try and kick him out of her lane.
He's
Bro, I
fine
want to
with
see
doing
how
that because
far
he doesn't
down
like.
this Sarnunos is gonna
No,
go.
because here's the thing. Buzzard, Buzzard doesn't like to stay in dual lane, and he likes to rotate her all around the map. So, like, it's strong. He's really strong right now, especially because of that.
It's a thing. He likes to he when he played with us, he did the renegade start, which is speed to red, your own speed to your own red. It's more of a defensive mechanism, but
He
the
still
issue with
does that.
Yeah, the big issue with that. Ooh, we got a trade in mid.
Ooh.
The big issue with that is that you don't have you have to choose whether or not. I mean, it's the smite, so you either choose whether or not to put your mid or your carry behind, and
I kind of want to see how Solo is doing, not gonna lie.
he chooses no one. Solo's a wash.
Oh, we didn't
This
get that
draft
mid
is-
fight on stream.
This draft is Chalk
Camazotz is
shouldn't lose.
bullying
He
Chalk.
out-heals. Camazotz
Yeah, but he's getting
out-heals.
bullied.
No, they're going about the same.
Alright, a
I'd
little
say
bit
it's
ago
about
they were
even.
getting
Docs
like,
with another great
Ooh.
driving strike.
with that nice
That's
up
my man
down
Docs
though.
there.
That up down though.
Susano's looking for the triple gank, and misses the pool. Is out of mana. See here,
Big
the
rips.
play would be
Oh,
to
it's a nice
not
Geb
try
dash.
and do something when you only have one. Oh, Geb dash. That was clutch.
Ooh.
Missed the knockup though.
Yo, that was nice. That Geb knock into the tower.
It was decent. Docs with the full push. Doesn't do the
Bro,
full push.
this Cern is down like 600 gold in 6 minutes.
That's classic, man. Well, Thoth is a bully in lane, dude.
He not
Like-
at level 2.
I leveled
Not at
like
level
3 or
2.
4.
Well, he's
No,
already
but he
building the
died at
stacks,
level
he's
2.
he's
That's what I'm
close.
saying. Like I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I feel like he probably dashed into a wave trying to get aggressive because he thought it was a mage and then took a lot of minion aggro, if I had to guess. I don't really know though.
He is listed as a fill, so this probably isn't one of his dominant roles to begin with, in my opinion.
It isn't. I know what he plays. He only plays mid and jungle.
Yeah, he just wanted to get
Oh.
the game.
And he's
was trying to
really
fill.
new into the game too. So he just filled because there's nothing left.
Dude,
Oh,
props to a
they
good
should
Phil.
put him on a mage then.
Well, no,
I also
I mean,
play Phil. Guys, in the mid lane, you can see Doc
so do I.
missing another driving strike.
I would've put him on a mage.
I don't know. I still played Phil when I didn't really play carry because there's usually not enough people that like play. And right now, if you're looking at like the actual seats and everything, there's not enough people, especially for ADC and support.
I think his point was he could have played a mage in a mage in ADC.
In ADC.
Yeah.
Doc's
Yeah, no,
getting
if that's
soloed
all. If
by
that's what he plays,
Frank-
bro, he could have
Frank-
played anybody.
I
Any
feel that
mage.
pain. Ooh, Susano ganking mid, getting hit. I've noticed in this league, at least,
But he died.
that sensitivity
Thor.
is an issue. People don't turn around fast enough for Medusa ults.
Did this guy pick Agni before? Is the same guy?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
the
he
same
first-
side.
Yeah,
Agni.
Cyrus plays Agni.
Okay.
Sure.
He's strong on that.
You'd think that was like
so-
big props to Godsend for noticing that right away. You'd think that some of the other teams who have seen he literally played earlier today and picked Agni in his matchups today. You'd think that this team would have noticed that going into this and tried to take the comfort pick away from him.
I know he did that actually. What was it, like yesterday or 2 games ago when I played against him, and he was strong in that. And there was like, just kill the Agni, and they were getting frustrated with him just how strong he is on Agni.
It's an interesting place you got. Ooh, we got a fighter on Gold Fury. Pull in. Nice kill. It's interesting though because you have people's comfort picks versus meta picks. So if you're watching SPL, you should know the picks and bans by now. It's pretty easy to ban Set, Thor, Isis,
Yeah.
Geb, things like that. Hercules even. But then you've got people like turn around.
Ducks turned around so
turn
fast.
Around, don't dash into that. Oh, Ducks got out. Ducks with the big heal.
Ooh.
Susano teleports in. Agni's dead. He overextended.
Oh, got Docs.
Agni shouldn't have
Oh, and
dashed in there.
Cyrus.
Yeah, that
He's
wasn't a
also down,
good
too.
dash on the Agni's part.
Yeah.
Looking at health bars, they could kill this Kernanos, except we missed the evade and punish. We still can get the kill. I'd go for Gold Fury if I were a red team.
So got it.
You
The
did bring
fact
up
that
a
you're
good.
at 4 kills and
so
only 500 points, or 500 gold is worrisome, you know?
Oh, for sure. And the fact that you did bring up sensitivity, I completely agree. That is a huge issue that I've seen a lot of players struggling with. The higher sensitivity, the better, in my opinion. Obviously, it's going to be too high at some extent, but even if you struggle with
Yeah, I think-
getting used to the movement at first, you kind of have to grind it out. It's something where you have to force yourself to play, like, honestly, like 20, 30 plus games to really get the feel of the sensitivity change.
I think your sweet spot is 23
This-
is when you can turn a Medusa ult on reaction.
Oh, what
I don't know, Eugene, what do you play on?
Me?
Yeah,
I play on 29.
Ooh, mid's
Both.
big fight.
29.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I just said. What the about? Because I'm about like
Ooh.
5 seconds ahead of you guys. It's like, oh,
What a Thor ult, right in ulting right in the
The
middle
thought.
of the lane for everyone to see. Hey, did he go down? What just happened?
Yeah, he went down at the beginning of the Agni dash.
He like
He decided Agni's dash. The other thing, like, just watching the beginning of players in this league is that kids have, like, mechanical skill. Cyrus should have been able to turn around there. Kids have mechanical skill, but they don't try and guess what their opponents are gonna do. So it's a good thing to know, like, if I'm Thor and
Wait,
I
go
ult,
back to dual
Agni
lane.
has dash.
Sir Nunos.
So I should. Oh, Kern gets so lit again.
No.
So I should.
Ooh,
I should
Agni.
not dash. Kitty on the Medusa kills Dox though. She's good at dashing for anti-heal on that third ability of Medusa's.
This Camazotz is about to have a rough time in
Yeah,
Wait, did he-
he's almost lost his tower
No,
at
but he-
11 minutes.
He's not buying Glad Shield. Like he's already behind. The Chalk's about to.
Yeah, he's going boots into.
That dude's gonna be. He's gonna be having a rough go in a second.
Boots into breastplate is good for gods that out clear. So I buy boots into breastplate on Thor, Vamana, gods that you're not looking to fight. You're just looking to. Gold Fury goes down. You're just looking to farm faster than the opponent and then leave and affect the game elsewhere. Anyone else, you should be buying Glad Shield because it's busted. Red team gets a 3,000 gold lead now, 2,000, 2k gold lead, so that's better. They stretched their lead out more.
So the question there: if you're playing Camazotz
You
in
grabbed the
jungle,
Gebla.
are you still getting Glad Shield?
No, Camazotz in the jungle, you have to go, essentially what this Thor is doing, you have to go boots into Crusher into Trans, and then you can get like a Shifter Shield or a Void Shield. Turn around, Dox. See how Dox turns around? And that kills Kitty. And And then after that, I would go Heartseeker because Heartseeker's
Really strong right now.
meant for gods like Camazotz right now to carry them into the late game. Because the only thing Camazotz brings to your team is damage. So if you're starting with a Glad Shield, you're kind of crippling your own damage. And in jungle, you should have enough pools around you and enough camps that your lifesteal should be high enough to sustain yourself.
So definitely act jokingly. I know you play, or act joking. I know you play Camazotz a lot. If you go back and take the time to rewatch the stream, definitely pay attention to the items that he just listed off there for you. Because like I said, I know he plays Camazotz outside of solo as well.
I'll probably
he's
tell
an
him
okay
about
one.
it, guaranteed.
Punisher got soloed again. So what's happening here is this Kernanos is down.
overextended.
And, well, the most telling thing of inexperienced people is that they have no idea how to play from behind. They're like, hey, I'm really good at this game because I
Oh my god, he
win
died again.
when my team's up 40-0 and my support's 14-0. But when they're behind lane, they don't understand that it's more important to just try and farm up and catch up. Like, this guy's 5 levels down.
Did he
He's pretty
die
much-
invading? Was he invading
Doc,
the purple? No.
No.
The CERN?
No, he died halfway up the lane, but he just shouldn't have been that high. And he's not warding, from what I can tell on the map, which is
No,
fine.
he's not.
There are games that I don't ward. There are so many games that I don't ward. But if you think that you're
Bro,
getting
wards
ganked-
aren't even the issue. He's getting soloed.
No,
what
yeah.
ward's
if you
gonna
think
help
you're
him
getting
with?
ganked or if you're getting,
I don't think he's. I don't
No,
think he's gotten.
well,
ganked
the thing
once.
is-
He's not even getting
you're-
ganked. That is true.
Yeah.
Right, but if he's getting soloed from the guy hiding behind a wall and he thinks he's rotating and he's going to farm, I know that's happened to me. Oh, Cyrus has
Oh,
a
that's a
chance.
nice fight.
Mistimed the dash. He's beat.
That was a bad
Beads
choice
were-
to go in, so.
Yeah, you don't dash when your beads are down there. But Kernanos is doing the right play here. Like, just AFK in that
Pushing
lane,
the tower.
farm up, and force this Thoth to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Because you're a archer minion. Once you're 4 levels down, you're
No.
literally not worth golden experience anymore. So,
Now, if I was Cernos, I'd probably start running away as soon as I got that tower, because I know this Thoth can catch up, hands down.
oh, absolutely. Thoth's dash is much larger
And
than yours. But you
as
also
it
know
is,
Thoth's
he's
ult's
running
down.
more, and he's also
Oh
running
my
in a straight
God.
line, not moving in like patterns, going
Man.
off side to side.
Bro, who's the support? Docs. Someone
Doc.
has to help this dude.
Docs and
At
then
least kill the
Doc,
Thoth
another
one time.
supports. No,
Fantastic.
Buzzard, it's
Dragon
Buzzard.
Strike.
They got, bro. They gotta kill the
No.
Thoth one time.
Yeah. Foxy's doing well here. See, the big thing here that I don't know how well or how new people are to the game, but Thoth at 8-0, if anyone does kill him, they're gonna get a huge spike in golden experience.
oh yeah.
So
Versus
the red
Susano,
team's
though.
entire job should be to protect this Thoth.
Yeah.
Thor's up, Thor's down. Presume he missed. Aegis from Susano.
Hopefully Buzzard is
Susano's
able to
not
get out
looking-
soon, because he's low.
Susano throws his wind
Teleport?
gust into a wall.
Hopefully he can get out.
Oh, this Thoth
He
is
should be
just trolling.
fine.
This dude's just dashing into towers.
Yeah. Dashing into a tier 2 at 17 minutes isn't great. See, what needs to
Cern's
happen
dead.
is the only lead they have on the board, and it's not even a big one, is this Chalk. So this Chalk needs to rotate, and he needs to just chase the Thoth out. Which
Yeah.
isn't going to happen because of the build. He went Runeforge Hammer into Pestilence. Which I guess the Pestilence is okay for the Camazotz. Oh, Camazotz went 3rd item Glad Shield, Eugene. Interesting power
Probably going
spike.
to Genji's right now too.
Yeah, I feel
Or-
so. I feel the Chalk's
But
best
or
bet here.
Contagion. I mean, he should have.
The
Oh,
Chalk's
yeah, he has
best
Contagion.
bet
Never
would
mind.
probably be probably a Runic Shield. Just to lower.
I wouldn't get it.
The-
I wouldn't get it at 18 minutes.
No, I would say he should have gotten it instead of the Runeforge Hammer. He should
No,
have
but he
a
doesn't
Runic
even
Shield
need
there.
it. He's not rotating.
Right, but he should have gotten it and then rotated to try and
My
kill
guess
the
is
Thoth
he's
is
probably
what
not
I'm
going to
saying.
rotate because Cam is out to
I mean, but
No,
no,
he's in lane.
Thoughts in the duel.
Well, I'm just
bro,
saying,
he's not going
beforehand.
across the map.
That's true.
I mean, the mid's of Medusa. Like, dude, you don't buy Runic Shield here. You're not gonna get any
Yeah,
value out of it.
they're far overextending to try and kill this Medusa.
And
The Susano ult there was not charged and wouldn't have done enough damage anyways.
Yeah. Or the knockup that could help him confirm it.
He didn't charge it so that the knockup wasn't there. It would have just been
Yeah.
a sliver of damage.
That was
Um,
nice. Little juke. Still
Ooh,
got caught
the-
up on though by Thoth.
Yeah. 4 people on King Azrael.
Rip.
That's some good body blocking.
That
They've got a decent idea to
that
split push
wall
here.
and body block
Um,
was just so strong.
Yeah. Everything's going well. I think to get back in the game, you have to either separate their team so that they can't group, or you have to group and get a lucky Fire Giant steal.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just your carry being 5 levels down is not gonna help,
Helpful.
and Thoth is gonna burn this before you even check it.
Yep. Hopefully,
Bro, if
Sonic
I'm-
can get out by toxicity.
bro, if
It's
I'm
on
not
the
close,
doesn't,
I'm not.
it's
I'm
gonna
not
be
getting
bad.
Bob Shard here. He's building that.
No, you
he's
don't
building
need
it
it.
5th. No, yeah, he's building it 5th. I'm going for straight power. If I need to build that, I'm building that last. So when you're
Yeah, I would.
4K gold up on everyone else in the lobby at this point.
Would you get the rod of that booty?
I'd get Soul Reaver first.
Ooh, nice little Geb shield. I'm starting to clean up.
If
There
you're
you go.
going Book of Thoth, you should. Soul Reaver's almost mandatory. It gives you like 130
Really?
power. Yeah, it's a ton of power. And then you get
Ooh,
more from
Thoth.
the book passive.
Ooh,
And there's some.
nice
Interesting.
snipe.
There's a lot of Dox's split pushing, trading tier 2 for tier 2. Love, gotta see that.
Now, is he gonna be
There's
able
a
to
lot of,
damage it though?
I mean, they have a lot of health on the other team.
Hey, we shut him
Why
down.
didn't he charge it up though? Well, I guess that's okay. He took out his Aegis. Never mind.
Boys,
That
raid
was a
boss
lot
is
on
down.
Raid boss is down. Oof.
12 and 1. So I mean, you don't have a chance to kill Thoth or Medusa because your next highest player is 2 levels down from them.
Yeah.
But they are overstaying their welcome here.
No.
Kamazot's is decently tanky, but they also have fire.
True. Now, do
If
you
you're
think
red
that
team-
on the Susana, you think he should have went boots first, just so he could out rotate to probably have
He did.
helped him out?
He did go.
He did
boots
go
Oh, like,
boost first.
it's-
He just started. He started with the mace,
Oh,
which
sure.
I think you
Okay.
need to start mace. I think the mistake Susano has is Heartseeker 3rd. I don't know much about Heartseeker. Can I hover? I don't think I can hover an item, can I?
Well,
I
I
don't
know
believe
it's
so,
after
no.
using ability. It hits like it procs like Soul Reaver.
Yeah, but it does more if you have 200 power, and it does far less than that if you have less than 200 power. So if you're building
Yeah.
a 3rd item, you're definitely not going to have 200 power with his build. I think he's sitting at like...
Bro, it's the equivalent of Tahuti. You don't buy Tahuti 3rd on a mage. Unless you're,
Right,
you know,
so
you're just
Heartseeker's
fucking around.
intent is to be a late game god, or late game item, so he really should have probably gone into a Transcendence and then a Heartseeker.
Good chocolate.
Do you think it's just because? You think it's just because like how far behind they are? He doesn't think he's gonna be able to farm, and that's why he didn't go Transcendence, and he just went straight into Heartseeker. Because I know
I don't know.
during the moment, some people may just be like really like, oh shit, what can I do? And they just have to go some item ahead of time, and think
Sure,
that
I
they'll be
feel
able
like
to catch
the-
up with that item.
Yeah, I feel like the better call on that one would have been, what's the 3rd one in that tree? Hydra's Limit.
Hydra's Lament. It would have been. Yeah, no, it's actually really strong on him. I don't. He bought it
Yeah,
last
it is.
item, but
But I think if he had switched the order of buying that Hydra's Lament and that Heartseeker,
yeah.
his mid game
He'd
would have
be
been a
hitting
lot
hard.
stronger, and he wouldn't have been as far behind as he is now. Which he's not
Yeah.
that far behind. He's actually a level up. It's just
Yeah, I actually think that Hydra's is like as a last item right there is completely wasted.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
much useless. I mean, it gives cooldown, but
yeah.
he bought full cooldown on his last 2 items, which if you're gonna play a Susano, you need
Try to
cooldown
get it
and mana
early.
before that.
Ooh,
So
Yeah.
Susano's such a mana. Like if you remember
He's
in this
very mana
game,
hungry.
he tried to gank the Kamazots, where the Kamazots
And
should
then
have
he ran out
died
of
because he was
mana.
overextended.
Bro,
He used one ability and
Yeah.
didn't have mana.
he bought Hydras, and I don't think he's auto attack canceling.
No, he's not. Yeah, I also
Lol.
don't know if he's auto attack canceling.
he
Which would
isn't.
also
No, no,
I
no.
don't
depend
think
if
I've
he's
so.
been
on.
watching. I've been watching. He is, and I was gonna bring that
Yeah.
up earlier, but
That would
I
depend
feel
on
like
if he's
it's so situational.
instant cast. No, auto attack canceling's needed. I auto
Well, no,
attack cancel.
I mean,
on
I
Susano every
agree
time
it's
I do
needed,
anything.
but like if he doesn't feel like he can get it off fast enough, like this team's just punishing anybody who steps to them.
Yeah, but the thing is with Susano, the auto attack cancels between the 1 are the only time it's situational. You have to auto attack cancel when you pull them, and you have to auto attack cancel on your teleport, which I don't think he's done. And I don't know half. Half is a strong
Is that a
word there.
Runeforge? That last one?
I think he's going to Runeforge, yeah. I don't know why
No,
so
I
many
hope
people value
I hope
Runeforge.
that's what's that other thing?
Black
That other
one
hammer,
hammer.
the green one?
Shillelagh,
Yeah, I hope,
Blackthorn
I would rather get Blackthorn.
No,
Yeah,
Blackthorn's
it's
terrible.
good
You're
on-
overcapping CDR, and the
He's
game's
not
already over,
overcapped.
so it
Hydra's
doesn't
only
matter.
gives 10.
Oh, does
Yeah.
Heartseeker not give any?
No, it
No.
doesn't.
Oh, I thought
Hydra
Heartseeker gave
gives
some.
Come
10.
on, bro.
Jordan's only
Come
gets
on,
20.
you gotta know these things. You gotta know
As a
these
solo
things,
laner?
boys.
Well, no, he does. I mean, it does give good cooldown. He has a little bit more health, so he can get into the fights. But that's gonna be end of game, you know.
That's a rough one to take on the nose here.
Alright, so I
I'm
think
gonna-
they get Cernunos a mage for game 2. And this dude
Probably
plays
be
mid,
good.
and it will probably go a tad better at least, at the very least.
I would
I
switch your mid and your ADC.
mean, he
Like-
can ask, but I don't know if he'll do it. You get me?
I don't even mind that. Just get him on a guard he's comfortable on. If he doesn't play carry, don't put him on a hunter.
one
Yeah.
second.
Bro,
Do
you
I
can
have to
play
leave the-
you can play
I mean, no, but
Aphrodite
I have to go back to
carry. I'd be
logins.
like, good pick, boys.
I have to
You know,
go back to
but-
login screen to get rid of the glitch that happened.
He
that
still
one
wants to
game.
learn. That's the thing. He wants to learn from anybody at all times, so he'll try out new stuff and just tell someone to build them on the fly, and just learn from
Yeah, I don't-
there.
I don't know if putting.
That's not always the smartest thing to do.
Oh boys,
it's
No,
not
I
no,
get
it's
the.
fine
like
to
this.
on the fly.
You're telling me I get to be on time with this second game though? Not gonna be
Maybe.
Possibility.
a minute behind you guys.
Alright, guys, let's all count when we press spectate doc at the same time. Docs. At the
Okay,
same time.
give me a second. Let me get the docs first.
Right, everybody's. Like,
All right.
Oh, you do it now. You don't wait
On
until
you.
they put the lobby in. They're not even.
I mean,
No, I do it
yeah,
now.
I wait for them to put the lobby up, and I just asked
Oh, okay.
Toxicity to restart it.
Yeah, wait
Who's the
until
one
they
that
do
hosted
the.
Yo, I get so aggravated. You don't even know when I be streaming some of these spectating games, and like the minions are just all over the place. Or like I've got all the gods from the past game like surrounding the Titan in the new game, and I'm like, what's
Yeah, my
going on?
14-1 game, you had minions everywhere.
Yeah, I was like, I
That's
feel
okay,
so,
though.
it's cause I wasn't hosting, so I couldn't. I don't know. I wasn't gonna demand that much from people at the time, but now I'm gonna demand a lot.
That's alright. There were a lot of minions on the field,
Yeah, it was super confusing, and then like the timers for
including
everything
the
are off.
other teams.
Let me know when you guys are gonna do it.
Why
Alright.
do we have to let you know? Why can't you let us know?
Because I was like a minute and a half
I'm on
behind.
Snapchat talking to my hoes. All right. I got some shit to do.
Is it going to be the same positions this game?
No, I
think
just
Doc was
gave
on
it-
mid.
I just
Is
gave
Doc's
it a
going
go
back to
ahead
mid?
for anybody who wanted to swap up roles as long as they stay on the same team. That will be rather
He
interesting.
would have blew his head open if he played support again.
Yeah, Docs was straight up not having a good time.
Bro, he was. I think his Susano missed
Set it up.
in one of the fights, and he stood there and
Alright, I'm
watched
pressing it in 3,
as it
2,
happened.
1. Spectate Docs.
Just queued. Oof.
That's okay. I queued too.
Alright.
Yeah. Docs played decent. He missed a lot of CC. So if you're playing Herc, the driving strike is like 1000% what you need to do. And also,
Yeah.
I'm sure Docs doesn't play support ever, but when you're harassing at the start, if you have someone like Hercules who can take that fight, I wouldn't try and take the steal. I would just show yourself early, because you can take a 2-on-1. And then you just get to frag on people for 20 seconds while everyone else just stands there. Eugene, who
picks
do you
and bans
ban
are
if
up.
you're...
Oh, I'm in the picks and bans.
Who do you ban?
Let's go,
I just
boys.
got into picks and bans too. Who's your ban here?
Anything
but
Baron,
Baron.
Baron.
Of course,
Sticking to
bro.
Baron
Of fucking
Saturday.
course.
Alright.
I can't.
You get destroyed and you ban Baron. I don't know. Are they going to ban Camazotz and just try and take the solo laner who didn't do anything out of the game?
They're going the route of they're just banning reversed, so they're taking out the D tier gods. I think they're banning against their own team. They don't want
they're
their
just
god on
banning
their team as well.
against the lyrics.
It's a common
Hardcore.
rank strategy.
I do
See,
it with
Camazotz,
Giannis.
another god I don't want on my team. They're doing good. They're doing good.
I
boys.
I do it with Giannis. I ban Giannis so that Colin can't play him.
Bro,
Um,
yo,
Really?
Giannis is so dope.
I
though.
did not know that. I have actually never heard that strat before. If that's an actual strat.
Absolutely.
Support, question mark?
I
it
do it
should
on.
be.
I do it on my Smurf.
Going back to the Susano.
Was
Going
he
back
the
to
final
Thor?
last time?
King Arthur Thor.
King
So
Arthur?
if you pick
Oh.
Susano,
Wow, you would
when
have
Thor and
loved
King Arthur
you would have
open-
loved to see a Thor King Arthur ban instead of Baron Camazotz. But like I said, maybe he just didn't want the Baron on his own team because I don't blame
That's
him.
true.
That
Well,
god does nothing.
What's actually
So
really
Poseidon
amazing.
into-
So they banned out
Okay,
Ash
I like the
Joking,
Poseidon
right?
here. This is a good combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the plan. By getting rid of the Baron and Camazotz, they ban out Act Joking. They take Medusa away from Kitty Killers. So I get what they're going for here.
Right.
But leaving Thor
Right.
there after Thor just had such a good game against you, and he's a meta pick, not a fan of that.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
the other thing is,
Kid
Kitty
and-
Killers wants to play Carnunos with Runeforge because she's 3 patches ago, but they still left it up. And she's still gonna do it.
Sure
Is she playing
played
in the
Still gonna-
Cernunnos in
Yeah.
jungle, so yeah, but she's playing
She
in the
did. She
docks.
absolutely did. No, she's gonna.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh,
Unless
Doc's
she,
taking
unless,
Poseidon.
unless they move her to ADC, which I don't think they're gonna move her to ADC. She's playing in the docks, so that's gonna be a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, that'll be a cool matchup. My thing with joking is, if he can play King Arthur, it's decent. It gets real shut down by Poseidon. If he can't play King Arthur, rip.
I once played King Arthur for the first time in a ranked game. I went 7-1. I didn't know what
Yeah,
I was doing.
all you do is close your eyes and hit all 4 buttons
Just
over and over again.
click-
Upon
yeah, you got eight
rubbing my
abilities.
face on the controller, I ended up with a triple kill in one fight. It was quite
I've actually
Yeah.
got 2 gods that I do that with. I do that with Susano. I put a blindfold on and just press buttons. And then King Arthur, I honestly do as well.
I don't
Merlin's
even
an
touch the
interesting pick.
controller.
Well,
Don't
Doc
touch the
is
controller,
ADC
just let
this
it go.
game?
And do work.
No, I think Dox is
I don't know.
playing. Dox is playing either the Vulcan or the Poseidon. That's interesting. Do you think it's
Of
a
course
Poseidon
he's playing,
carry?
but I'm saying I think he's playing ADC.
He might be playing Poseidon. Actually, maybe Vulcan, just so Poseidon can move
Oh,
around as
yeah.
a support. If you think,
So what's
oh,
the- so what's
This
the-
is interesting.
Oh, Azrael's playing Vulcan solo. No, Azrael's got
very.
a note from Sobek Yu, the ranked player who played Vulcan solo all the way to Masters. And he's playing Vulcan solo, which is going to be interesting. That's an interesting start. Vulcan solo, if I had to guess, if Azrael was decent, will do well against this King Arthur, just because I don't think the King Arthur is going to play it correctly. But it shouldn't do well.
I'm gonna go
It
out on a limb
shouldn't.
and say this Vulcan is gonna have a rough game. Just gonna.
I don't
call
know.
it.
I think my guess is
Huh?
that this King Arthur is not going to properly attack him wave 1, and then he'll be fine. I actually played in a game against a Hera solo the other day, and I went 17-0, and she went 0-17.
Yo, they have consistently picked safe picks for Buzzard. We've seen Buzzard play about the same 3 gods in the 9 showcases he's been
Geb, Horus, and Yorm, I believe is what it was.
I haven't picked a
And,
warrior yet.
Geb,
How about that, guys? No warrior.
You played Zong, didn't you? That was your best game.
I played Zong twice. I've played Nejon. I've played Serket.
Oh, you had a good Neja game as well. The Serket game was like about what I expected from anybody who's going to play Serket at this point. I was telling people not to sleep on the Neja though. Yeah, people sleep on Neja support, bro, but it should not
Dude,
be slept
Neja's
on.
busted. So I would say, looking at the draft, blue team should lose.
But will they?
But thinking about
Not enough pure frontline. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, they don't have any. They have poor CC, right? I don't think Terra's gonna hit her CC. It's difficult to hit.
Oh,
I've seen
I think
Susano.
Azra's was the jungle.
Oh, sure. I've seen Susano potentially not hit that CC, and so like basically they don't have strong CC, like hard CC, whereas over here in the red team you've got a knockup, a cripple, a slow, another knockup, a banish, and that's all King Arthur. And then you've got 2 stuns from
King
Thor, a stun and a knockup and a slow off of Geb, and a cleanse off of Geb, and then you've got a pull, 2 slows, and a prot shred on Merlin, and then you've got the polymorph, a root, and Kitty sits in slow mode, so she's gonna slow. So that CC versus blue team CC is not great, because a lot of blue team CC requires them to put themselves in danger. However, the only saving grace is that blue team's comp is a lot easier to succeed on, right? You've got a giant circle on Terra with the best team fight ult in the game. Docs, you can't really miss that ult.
Excuse me, Baron would like a word with you.
Susano, you just press the 1 button 3 times and then you're spinning in a circle doing damage. Poseidon is essentially easy, and Vulcan peels for himself for days. So if red team plays well, they win. But the likelihood of blue team playing well enough to make red team play poorly, and the fact that Frank from IT is back on Thor, Buzzard's on a safe pick, Foxy played really well on Thoth, and Kitty has almost got a star on Carnanos, probably. I would say that red team is probably going to win.
Dude, that's a pretty bold prediction. Not really that bold. I'll go bold. I'm gonna say that Docs.
I would have liked to see
and-
Mr. Nuno's ban here.
I'm gonna say that Docs and
let's just root for the
Toxicity.
underdogs.
No, I'm not even gonna say the underdogs. I'm gonna say Docs and Toxicity are gonna both go off this game, and they're gonna carry their team to a win. Oh, you know what?
Happen, still fucking loses. The ones that you don't expect to get it actually does it.
I still got minis all over my screen, dude.
Ooh, so
I'm
do I.
actually so
That's
salty.
a bummer.
Oh, whoa.
I quit my app.
Restart.
I quit mine out too. I wonder if Toxicity actually restarted his smite or not, because I asked him to.
I don't think you did.
Well, if he didn't,
Guys, we're seeing a bold strategy of the entire red team walking into the level 1.
Wow.
Dude, imagine if they could see this and they just see that Thoth staring them down.
No, I've had
we
this shit
started
in
the
an actual
game? Oh my
If
goodness.
If you spectate and you go and play a game afterwards, you get this shit while you're playing.
Let me see if I
Yeah.
get the Vulcan right there. Yeah, the Vulcan just looking straight at the Thoth. So yeah, this is actually one of the new gods they just added to the game. He can revive the fallen enemies from past games.
So, looking at the start, Vulcan's rushing Book of Thoth versus... what do we think? Is it going to be Vulcan... mid? Vulcan carry? Vulcan carry. It's got to be Vulcan carry. He's just putting a turret down to clear.
He has a teleport, bro.
He has
Vulcan
teleport? Is that
solo
what you just
still.
said? No, he doesn't.
Yep, yep,
Oh
Vulcan
my
solo.
god.
Vulcan solo with Book. Let me tell you right now. This
He's
is
about to
not a
get
good
clapped.
play. He should. If he doesn't get clapped, it's on joking. It's on lyric. Because if you look at this player and his Vulcan, he most definitely has only 2 health pods. And so the way to play this is you've got Warrior's Blessing and 8 health pots. He's got 2. Don't let him touch a wave. So wave 1, you just solo attack the Vulcan. I would literally just stand there, do not clear a wave. And then when he walks out like he's doing now, you walk straight towards him and attack only him. Joking's doing the wrong thing by trying to clear. But it's okay. Not much to say. Duo lane. The first time in forever we have 4 people in duo lane. The bold moves.
Both support.
Dox is not taking aggro from that wave of archers that's just standing there not moving. Crazy.
Oh, was that a
Dox is
bed?
gonna get first blood here.
Wow.
You should.
Dox
see
hit it.
bed at all.
Dox hit it. Dox.
He just needs to get
Oh,
one of
he's
his ones
alive.
Hit
up.
it. Dox hit it.
Oh, that was nice.
So yes,
Alright.
the med coming out from Terra, the med bait was huge. Ooh, Kitty's Aegis there. Terra's actually hitting her DC, which is huge.
He does like Terra. He was talking about playing Terra this earlier in the morning. He was like, "Yeah, Terra's my god, so good." I was like, "Dope, dude, dope, dope."
I mean, Terra's a great god. I would say if you can play Terra, because Terra's late game is good enough to warrant a really crappy early game. The Susanna rotation here is not good, because now they're gonna... Oh no, she stopped. I was gonna say they were gonna three-way split that purple, but Terra's sacrificing it, I think, to try and get another kill on this Geb. Geb walking back to lane and losing that much health is not a smart move either. As I predicted, in solo lane, King Arthur's getting bullied because he doesn't know how to play against mages.
So, the thing that I understand
Is he
is
really?
that
Oh my God.
honestly, the rotation with Susano or Azure should have came up sooner. And I don't know if Terra's been placing any wards, because I'm guessing Thor's coming in for a gank, is my guess. Or not.
No, he looked at it and gave up.
I mean,
There have
to be
been
fair, it's
no
only
wards
2
placed
minutes.
so far.
Yeah, she
thing-
hasn't
Yeah.
had a reason to back it.
Right. The thing with that gank that Thor avoided there is ganking duo lane when your speed buff is spawning is probably one of the most, I'm gonna
It's
call
an
it
easy
plat
steal.
level plays.
It's an easy steal
plat
for the
level
enemy
play.
jungler.
Yeah, because then the enemy jungler is just going to pressure out your mid with your mid player and then go to your speed and you lose out on your speed. And that also gives the enemy solo laner, if I see a jungler in duo lane right before the buff spawn, I have free right to invade. So I'll start playing more aggressive. So you really want to be on time with your buffs, unless you're intentionally putting them behind. So if you absolutely have a kill, and then you're going to put your buffs on a delayed rotation so that you can look for invades, that would be the only time to not farm your buff on spawn. Because if you farm your buff on spawn, you have more buffs in the game. More buffs in the game, more farm. King Arthur, everyone. King Arthur.
Got the kill. Got one.
Oh wow, what an upset.
Yeah.
Bo's talking all this shit about.
That how he can't play against fucking
Wait,
mage.
No.
you
Gets
say
fucking
Bo?
clapped.
Wait, is it actually pronounced Bo?
It is Bo.
I
You've
thought it
been
was-
pronouncing my name wrong the entire
Oh
way.
my god, yeah, you could have
gonna call
you
you
could have brought that up way
Beal.
fucking sooner.
That's okay.
I-
I enjoyed it. I
I
was
think-
gonna use
yeah,
that
I
as my
think you should
3DG
keep
name.
calling him Bayo, honestly.
On the
Bayo?
we had this guy
I like
in
it.
Rocket League. I gotta bring up this story. We had this guy in Rocket League, similar situation. His name is The Fish, but I couldn't pronounce it. I kept calling him Tay Fish because he had a 4 instead of an H. And he ended up changing his
What's
actual
the,
gamer tag to Tay Fish.
Was the
conditions
Susanna
online.
behind last game? Behind the Thor?
Yeah.
No, but it was a
But
different
then
person.
late.
It was a
He
different
was a level
person?
up, but it was a different person.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not going boots. He's looks like he's going for the Crusher Rush.
So Susanna's
Uh,
doing the wrong thing here, guys.
It's
He
gonna be
doesn't play
very hard
jungle,
to-
so I don't know why he switched. To be honest,
Oh,
Another
yo, if you
he's
switch
a
the solo lane
solo-
really quickly,
he's
you
a
can
solo.
watch the Vulcan
Yeah.
die in tower. Oh,
Let me tell you right
Wait.
now, if you're playing solo lane and you're playing a mage, fine, do it. Build defense.
He
Because
said,
you're gonna get absolutely destroyed if you don't build defense.
yeah.
Starting Book of Thoth is completely pointless
I mean-
because even if
not-
if he goes full damage,
Bo, I'm not
You
trying.
have-
I'm not trying to see full tank Vulcan.
No,
That's gonna
you
do.
build
That's
hybrid.
gonna help nobody.
you build hybrid.
He
You
needs to go
build
high damage.
you build hybrid, so you have like I don't know, ethereal staff in there. I'd get a void shield. I'd get full
void
cooldown.
shield?
Yeah, man, full cooldown.
Void Stone.
Void shield, breastplate, void stone. You're correct. Another death for Vulcan here. Classic.
Yep.
Classic mage in the
Feels
Yo,
solo
watch
lane,
this.
people.
That was some good Arthur mechanics, though. Good old.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Ooh, Vulcan, you're having a rough
They're
time.
underestimating him. They really
Yeah,
were.
it looks like that Camelot's band is coming back to haunt them, boys. I don't.
Yeah, man. If
I think
Very.
they. I think
Lyric,
they,
if you're watching
I think they
this,
probably
I bet they're
want
stop
that
regretting
being
back.
a one trick and play gods that are busted because you're better at it.
he said, I think they kind of went that back. Oh my goodness.
He literally messaged me. He's like, "As you'll ban Baron and Kama, I'm still getting hate." I was like, "Lol," because I saw that. Feels bad. And I just want to
No,
be
I
like,
don't-
"Yo, you're schmacking."
I really don't know why Blue Team decided to pick like I really wish I was in the comms of why a Vulcan solo lane.
Because they banned. Oh no, the King Arthur's the one that they banned Baron and
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I don't.
Ooh. Talk
I'm
to
guessing
Merlin
because they
being
assume
solo.
that he can't fight against a ranged god. That's literally it. But if you know how to
it's-
work
I
around
mean,
it, you're
even if
fine.
Like Sobek Yu, like I said, got to Masters picking this god, but the issue of it still remains that he built Bruiser. Like Bruiser Vulcan is fine. Full cooldown Bruiser Vulcan is viable-ish. Because your ult still smacks, and you've got unlimited peel and a knockup.
Yeah.
So you can just run to the back line of someone and run around in circles and people aren't going to hit you.
I'm gonna be honest. The Arthur's not farming very well. He's only up like 300 gold after getting 3 solo
there's
kills.
a 3-man
That's not-
collapse on the
that's not
turtle
good.
left here for Kitty. Her ult's down. Let's see how this goes.
He is up 2
Here's Aegis.
levels.
Yeah, but he's not.
Come
He's
back.
not that. Yeah, but no. But I'm saying
I don't know why
he's
he's
really not
chasing.
up that much XP though.
The issue is he's killing the Vulcan and he's not going anywhere with it, right? So,
Oh, Thor's up. Thor's up.
ooh,
he
Thor, where are you
going?
going? Straight down.
I don't know.
He went straight down.
Oh, he was just scouting. He
Battle.
was just scouting.
Scouting ult, baby. I
I
wonder
don't know, I
if-
think Apollo's really good for that, for just scouting, honestly, just because how long he uses ult.
They just pinged Terra.
A lot of people don't play him.
Yeah, I think he was telling him to go look at oracles. My fear, I was literally about to say, my fear is that Terra would sit in lane and
Never leave.
not know better and not hold wave for Docs. Ooh, blue buff collapse. I'm gonna guess here that Vulcan dies.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If not both of them.
He's
Let me
Susanna
go
first,
over.
probably
and then
both.
Vulcan. Oh, come on.
Wow, no damage.
Could have done better than that. Well, of course, no damage. He's got 20 stacks on a Book of Thoth and boots 1.
Dude, I keep looking at like Merlin every time I see that. I'm like, oh my god. Because they're only off by like one little
Right.
Merlin's at 28 and Vulcan's at 29. So I'm like, oh wait, that's not who it is.
But Merlin should be getting help constantly by this Thor that's following around. Vulcan.
Vulcan teleported in and lost like a third of his health immediately.
Of course
to
he
an
did.
Arthur. An Arthur one.
Like I don't know. It's difficult for me because the only thing that can compete with Arthur is sustain, essentially. Because you're knocking out damage him, he's got 2 more abilities, and you gank in left lane, people. Gank in left lane. We gotta kill. You're knocking out damage at King Arthur. He's got 3 more abilities, and Gladshow procs on all of them. So you have to just either try and out-sustain him, or you try and out-clear him. And Vulcan doesn't do either of those very well. So it's interesting. Oh, there's not a tower there.
Oh, Poseidon pushing up in mid. Oh, and he got Foxy.
I really thought there was a tower there when Poseidon walked into it. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I was like, whoa, this
Yeah.
man, he's ballsy, man. He's really ballsy. I was
It's
like, damn.
so hard to tell.
Yeah.
Thor protecting this red buff's a good play. Poseidon and Susanna should have looked for it. But Thor giving up his speed buff to protect a red buff? Interesting thought.
Not worth it.
Yeah, Susano.
No.
Susano, after getting boost
I don't know.
second, is now somehow
I would have gone for
outfarming
my
Thor.
speed more than a red
Not
buff.
assault,
I mean, I know it would have helped out my teammate and stuff. But
That's
know,
interesting.
junglers, it's because like I think a different way compared to other people, and junglers all have different opinions on what they should go for, and you guys might say go for that, but I think it's safer for me to go for something else,
Sure. I just think I'm talking about what Eugene brought up, which I think is an interesting point. Of Susano didn't build boots and is 400 net worth ahead of Thor.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
It's not
Another
what you'd like to see.
Another thing for this, I don't know, Eugene, if you play a lot of Susano, but I play a lot of Susano. I would go Traveler Shoes.
Never played
Agreed.
that in my life.
100%.
I would go Traveler Shoes actually on both of these gods, Thor and Susano, because the mana is huge.
Oh wait, does Poseidon have Kraken?
Ooh.
He does, huh?
Great Kraken there.
No, he missed, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed.
Yeah,
Couldn't
he
see.
hit.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, that was
hit
sarcastic.
the
right?
ghost.
I was watching
He
from
hit the
first
other
person.
minions.
Okay.
He put it down and like turned around like.
Oh, we got a decent one-on-one
Completely
in
whiffed.
duo lane here. What ults look
Bro,
like?
this-
They've both got ults. I think Dox wins this if he ults correctly. But he's not going to take it.
Alright, now the
Aegis
Vulcan
was
is
up, though.
falling behind a lot.
Oh, very.
Right,
Down
6 kills to the
by,
Arthur's
2
name.
levels.
The issue with that, again, is that you can't get help because the more people you have, the stronger King Arthur's Glad Shield is. So, for one, we'll just... Eugene, if you had one hint to give Blue Team on what they should have done, what would it have been?
Someone needs to buy anti-heal.
No, I would have said, let Baron through. Because if this King Arthur's a Baron, you're looking pretty good, right?
I don't think they should just counterpick just against him, because that's literally all they did.
There's a good ult. Kitty really should have used her Aegis earlier.
He did.
To immune more more damage. She didn't immune the ult. And that's why she dies there, because
Yeah.
she gets hit by a lot after the Aegis.
Oh,
Like
Dox
you
picked up
heard
that kill
the
on
sound
Blizzard,
cue, you
too.
know it's coming.
If this
they
Poseidon,
get-
if this Poseidon goes, see, Poseidon has to get Divine for Arthur, but as Poseidon, you hate buying that item. You really want Magus.
Yeah, because you really want
But you
to,
can't.
yeah,
but you
really
can't
want
buy it
Magus.
here.
Well, the thought is, you've got your double
get
book
both,
Vulcan, who still refuses to go defense. Why not he buy the Divine? He can proc Divine a lot easier than you can.
Eh.
True, but isn't Poseidon's ult up more than Vulcan's ult from his cooldown?
Right, but what I'm saying is Divine on Vulcan procs on the
Harder
1
with his.
and the 3.
I mean, yeah, but you don't really need flat pen on Vulcan, in my opinion. You can just get an op shard and you're fine.
Sure, but he's building 2 books. He's building the library build.
And he's going for power. Yeah. I mean, if he goes op shard after that, I would have got op shard third probably.
The interesting thing
Arthur's
is,
already tanky.
the interesting thing, and I'm very intrigued to see how this goes about, because I honestly think that this really, really terrible pick in Vulcan solo lane and the not good build might succeed in this game. Blue team might win this game, and it's because Arthur's not
grouping up
pushing
for team
his
fights
lead
pretty well.
elsewhere. Well, Arthur's not pushing his lead. He's kind of doing it with the Pyromancer there, but he didn't get anything out of it, right? So you can have as big of a lead as you want in the solo lane, but if you just kind of AFK in solo lane, it's not doing anything for your team. And Kernanos is 2 levels down to Dox.
Yeah.
Merlin
Terra's
and,
gonna just get collapsed on.
No
Terran
Terra's
gets
dead.
punished.
Good kill.
and then Poseidon gets punished. So that's exactly what he should have been doing, is that rotation that he made is good. Who got the first Gold Fury?
Blue
That
team.
would
Still up?
be blue.
Oh, blue team got one before.
Oh, Blue team got a Gold Fury. See,
Blue is the only one that's gotten one.
right. Arthur should not have allowed that Gold Fury to go. Right? He should be the first, because he's 7-0. So he should be the first person there, and he should be pressing everything. They should just be grouping up, and if Vulcan wants to AFK in right lane, take everything else on the map, right?
You're getting a little bit of an echo.
Oh no. I'll stop talking. Is it me? Am I
I
echoing?
think it's me.
Yeah, I think it's
Wait, 1
Godson.
second.
Eugene, you're echoing me.
Feels bad, mate.
Lol.
Alright.
You
Oh
now you
Oh my
have
god,
a
it's
ton
a
of
jet
feedback.
stream. I hear a jet
I have
stream in the
feedback?
back.
Or does Eugene
No,
have
no,
feedback? Do you have feedback?
Godson does.
Godson, you're ruining the stream.
It sounds like he has like a fan on or something. It's all good.
Oh, dude.
Alright,
He's at an
so
airport. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm interested in the Terra's build path here. Cooldown boots is going to leave you susceptible to a lot. I would think tank boots is probably your best bet there, because you've got the dots from Merlin, the spin to win
Doc.
from Thor,
Is it
and the
fixed?
dots from King.
I think it's
No,
picking
you
up like
sounded
your
like
fan
a-
or something.
Yeah, your fan's killing it, man.
Nice on Doc getting that kill. But
Yeah, but the return
It's a good trade.
And just die.
what? Ripped up Poseidon. Got walled off from his team to escape.
That's a good kill there.
Oh, very good.
Terra needs to ult.
Nice.
Terra holding her ult this long is not a good play. And then doing nothing with it, yeah.
I just think he doesn't know what to do with it, honestly.
So, when you watch this back, Punisher,
Well, this
because
Arthur-
the only way you'll get better is watching your own games, I guess.
Okay.
Ult when you have 5 people
I
around you
guess. God damn.
and your team's near you. If you ever get in a team fight, press Y first. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, Terra is always
Terra-
You think they're gonna go
big
for gold?
team
First thing you
fights.
do. Yeah, it's the first thing you need to do. Gold's gonna spawn in about 32 seconds.
I'm sorry. I'm still seeing like from the last game, so it's just like really
Yeah.
like fucking with us.
No, it's getting to it. Yeah, I'm interested in another thing. Apt, Punisher, APT. Mail of Renewal's not the play.
You know what? You know who? This is just an assumption here. This is purely just an assumption. But the person I heard hyping up Meryl Renewal and that wouldn't wait, is she actually on the other team? Never mind, she's in the other team. I was to say Kitty Kills. She would not shut up about Meryl Renewal, so it wouldn't have surprised me if she told her support to build it.
I feel that, but once again, Kitty Kills is three patches behind where we are.
Oh, I agree completely.
My favorite support build, if you've watched my showcase games, is Boots into Thebes into
Whoa, what about
Runic
Arthur?
Dagger.
Holy shit.
Relic Dagger, because Relic Dagger is the best
for
item
the
in the game.
cooldown. Yeah.
It's
for
the best
your
item in the game.
40%.
And then you
40
build-
seconds off your relics. So helpful.
Right, and then you build ooh, he's gonna pull the Primal Fury and then get crippled? And then pull it again? Okay.
Interesting
But
place.
after the... That's another great Kraken.
Oh, just the disrespect. Just another great Kraken.
This Arthur doesn't give a fuck.
No,
No, he
he's...
doesn't. He's Arthur.
Yeah. But again,
Rip.
full damage Vulcan.
We'll start
3 and 4
shutting
right
into
now.
him at some point.
Because why would you need CC or tanks when you can give yourself more damage? He's gonna try and hit this. Bop, he hit it. Didn't do enough damage. Ooh, the E-Staff on Merlin. Eugene, how do you feel about the E-Staff on the Merlin mid? 4th item.
I probably would have won Soul Reaver. But
I'm interested in this 4th item. The Kitty's Carnunos build is so interesting to me. It seems to work for her. But man, it's a weird build.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like, Runeforge,
No
you're
comment,
not
Chief.
stacking.
No comment. No comment, Chief. That's it.
You're not stacking, you're not doing anything. I mean, look, the only game she's gone negative is against me and my Neja support. Well, and my Circuit support. But on Carnunos, the only game she's gone negative is against my negative.
Oh, I remember that game.
Neja support.
She's tried surrendering the whole time.
Yeah, I just camped her. Because that's all you do with someone who plays overly aggressive.
I would have won Soul Reaver. I think you get more value out of Soul Reaver with Book than you do E-Staff, and they don't have any tanks,
Are we talking about
so
Vulcan?
you don't really need that item.
On Merlin
No,
still?
Merlin.
Oh, Merlin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
we're talking about
especially-
Cernos. So confused.
No,
What
especially
ring is he
into
gonna
the
go? Shamans?
into the Vulcan.
Shaman's is good.
Yeah, Shaman's
Yeah.
good, but into the Vulcan solo lane that you know isn't going to build damage, that's actually a decent Kraken. Into the Vulcan solo lane that isn't going to build damage, I agree with Eugene. I don't think the E-Staff is necessarily the play. But who knows? We've got a pretty decent game. Only a 2,000 gold disparity. Team fights
It's
Like
just
we
it's
predicted.
just buying Book,
aren't going great.
buying Book, and not buying any other mana items isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Like if you're just gonna buy Book and go cooldown boots and that's it, like you're better off just going another build path.
Right, that could have very easily been the boots into Divine Ruin.
Big gank going into right lane. Or
Shamans
not.
into E-Staff. No, they're going for the fire.
Fire giant. Well,
No,
I thought
he
they were
could-
gonna
he-
gank him.
If you're looking at his build, he could have done that. That Book could have just been Mage Blessing, and he would have had Shamans already done. Like you just
Right,
skip
that's what I'm
ahead.
saying. But I think
there's no reason for the Book. to do
early
that.
Vulcan ult, but it's gonna hit the
Well, that's a
gas.
good
He's
ult.
still pulling the Fire Giant solo because he thinks that's a decent idea. Dox gets the
Good
kill.
set.
But it
Joking gets
does.
another kill. Ooh, blue team steals it.
Very
You
nice.
sound like a
That
kid
could
with
be
candy
a
store.
change of tides. Ooh.
Yeah, he literally
They
like,
steal
ooh, he
it.
steals it. Ooh, look at that kid.
Yeah.
So
Brain gets a kill on Cyrus.
I don't know.
Terra used
I
it
wasn't
too
looking at
late.
cooldowns. Was anyone looking at the cooldowns? Because that Terra ult.
That Terra ult was
Not
up.
a
I'm pretty
Capri
sure
ult.
that Terra was always up. There was no need for it all right there. She could have just died
Yep.
with it.
It's not a Kepri ult. Doesn't save your life.
I think maybe
But,
overestimating the MP5 you get from it, maybe. I don't know.
You know, if I have to say anything, I would say that blue team really did well to steal that fire giant and then get wiped because they don't have a solo laner.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
I've honestly
the one
look,
thing
I've seen double mage work. It's just I don't think it works when people can communicate.
can communicate or can't?
Can. Like when people can say, "Hey, this guy has no defense. Kill him." Then you just have another carry. You have 3 people in your back line, and your carries essentially get to free cast, right? So what's happening in these team fights is there's no one to dive the red team's backline. So Tara's taking that upon herself, which is why she was all the way at their blue buff with an ultimate ability, which means her ultimate ability isn't hitting any of her teammates, and she's also not peeling for any of her teammates. Yeah. And so they're just going to get melted by the enemy team's solo laner and jungler. Which, if you look at the 9-0 King Arthur, pretty obvious.
Yeah. This is looking like a goodbye, Tara.
Yeah, she was alone.
Bro, one of these mages have to get an op shard.
No.
They're not going to kill that Arthur.
The 5th item, Bancroft's Town, is very interesting. They have no anti-heal. No anti-heal? No anti-heal on the blue team against an Arthur with Glad Shield, so that Arthur's doing whatever he wants. Indefinitely.
They have a pestilence?
That was actually a really good, Oh, they do it? No, they don't have a pestilence. No, they have 0 anti-heal. Dox is taking off on a horse.
That was an interesting way to describe that. It's Hachiman ult and Dox is on a horse.
Hey, we hit a Kraken.
Good Kraken.
That's a dead. So, the thought here of
Merlin,
what
are you doing?
happened
Oh
was,
man, okay.
Yeah, they were all just red team just spread out around.
Give this.
Fury.
Is Foxy a guy, girl? I don't know who said.
It's a dude, I think.
Foxy's a dude. Yeah, we were in a party with him. I was in a party with him.
I didn't know. Thinking,
what's this thing on
Foxy
Discord?
Cleopatra from Austin Powers.
Because there's somebody that I think is like a furry on this server. Not to like fucking sound rude. But yeah.
I don't think it's
a furry. That's probably. It's probably Icy.
I've never seen them.
S-E-A. Icy for those keeping track at home.
Never heard of them.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight because blue team took that fight without their tank. So essentially, what had to have happened was, what I think happened was that red buff, both of the tanks of red were grouped up. So they grouped 3 and 2, and had no peel. And then Geb got picked by a good Susano ult from over the wall. And then they went to Gold Fury and just spread out so that it was 3v1 versus 3v1 versus 3v1. And we win those.
It's been back and forth.
Well, yeah, it really has.
Blue team still has 4. Blue team still has what? 4 towers up, and red only has 3. So they're still holding strong. No way.
Red got gold.
See, Bo.
It's a dead even.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Merlin's build, I would have went Soul Reaver where E-Staff is, obviously, and I'd be going to Hootie here where he's most likely building Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So what's happening in the
I don't know why the Terra's chasing, dude.
Is that they're exceptionally overextending. Because they used all their abilities, and then they kept walking forwards. And that's a good sign that you have no way to do damage, because all your abilities are down.
He said they kept.
But we're gonna get a Kraken. Here comes a Kraken. No Kraken? Alright, he's gonna die with Kraken.
I don't think he has it up, does he?
Oh, there it is.
He had one.
No, there we go.
Nope.
I don't like the Chrome's Pendant pickup. I think that item's really bad.
Do you?
I don't think it's useful when you could use other items into it and get like more
No.
damage or something and still get
No,
the
it's like you
exact
can
same
get
cooldown.
you can get cooldown from like everything else. Yeah, buy
That's
I
true.
know.
buy
it's
cooldown
not-
boots, buy Shaman's Ring.
Yeah.
It's really good in Poseidon. Buy Spear of Deso. I mean, if you
Deso,
like really
yeah.
want it, like.
Here's this ult from Toxicity. What's the likelihood that he steals it? I'm saying I can't even see the health.
Because Chronos
of
Pendant only,
10%,
Chronos
bro,
Pendant
just
only
10
gives you
none?
like. Chronos Pendant only gives
20.
you like what 80 power? No, I'm talking about power. Like that's
Not,
low.
it gives you. It's 80 or
power.
90, I believe.
It's 80.
It's
Is it?
80.
It's,
okay.
that's
I think it's
low.
80.
And like and Divine gives 80, but Divine also gives pen, so it's
Right,
I mean, it's
yeah, like,
actually
I
a lot
thought
of
Divine
power.
gives 100.
No, I thought Divine
No,
gives
no.
90
Desolation's
or
100 power. No, Divine
Your
is 80.
last-
they
Oh
buffed
wait,
it a long
Divine
time ago.
Ruin. My bad. I thought you
Yeah.
guys were talking about Deso. My bad.
I'm
Your
saying
last
like if you
item-
compare it,
Right,
like
your last
if
item
you're-
needs to be.
they both have the same amount of power,
more
but Divine has
impactful
pen, so it's
than
actually
just
hitting
cooldown.
harder than Chronos Pendant.
And in the Divine, you'd shut down Kernanos with essentially double lifesteal, King Arthur, and that's,
No, I
that's
just
enough.
I just hate it, bro. He could have got Shaman's Ring for cooldown, and that thing gives 110 power plus the debuff. He already has.
I think he's going. Is he going it now, or is that going into
That's
Evo's.
a Shaman's Ring. Should be a Shaman's Ring. I don't know. I don't
Sure hope it's a
I don't
Shaman's
like
Ring.
Chronos Pendant. I feel like the only guy that can kind of get away with it is Janus a little bit, but
Yeah, I think Janus almost.
He
wins
needs
though.
it. Yeah, no, he needs it. You need those abilities just to hit a one-shot
And that-
ability.
and that's mostly because Janus isn't the best user of like what do you call it?
Abilities.
No.
Can we talk
like
about?
like Janus with Shaman's Ring is kind of awkward. Like
Let's
you're
talk
not.
about what we think is happening here with the relic situation. We've got a support with beads and a jungler with shell. Thoughts?
I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest.
No, like the thing is, I understand supports needing beads and like heavy CC kill the. Oh, that was a great dash attack. Kill the tank comp. Beads are necessary there, right? And I don't. With this particular one, I don't care if you buy beads or not. Just use them. Titan's
What I'm,
gonna fall.
I don't know.
Yeah,
The thing
yeah.
that I'm wondering is,
When red team's got 8 people sieging.
Titan's not gonna
it's
fall.
fine.
Titan's not gonna fall.
yeah.
Oh wait a minute.
Oh,
Dox
oh,
has a triple.
oh, but there's 2 still alive. Never mind. That's from last game. No, I'm joking. I didn't do that.
And the oh well, they just took Phoenix. I was gonna say the timing of
What's the
that's
damage?
good. Titan.
Dox and Vulcan are top damage right now.
Yeah.
Can we see Titan? health?
CERN
Is that a
and,
thing we can do?
King Arthur.
Susano and Thor are both ahead of the supports, behind everyone else.
I know. That's a feel
It's an
bad
interesting.
moment.
The thing with that is if you're gonna do 0 damage, just turn yourself into a CC bot.
Jesus Christ, dude. Damage mitigated on
they gonna win
Arthur.
this?
51,000.
No, they can't.
It's a
I mean, they
possibility.
have to all in, but they're not going to. I don't think they have the time to.
No, because they're all about
Um,
to come up, and if they stay in, they're gonna die.
Right, but you have to pick this fight
Yeah, I think they need.
outside of the.
Honestly, what they all need to do
Phoenix.
is everybody needs to step
Right now.
back right now.
No, they need to stop and take this fight right now. They need to try and hit a
Really?
Vulcan ult over the wall on Kitty here, and then turn Terra ult into Susano. Them doing this, the enemy team's just gonna fly down mid and blink past you and kill. Thor is
I like
now
how
in
they're
range to
freaking
ult
typing
No, the
your
whole
in
team's
the
coming
game.
back up.
They're
No, what I'm
messaging
saying is
while
Thor's
they're
now in
playing
range.
on Discord.
Thor is in range to do
It's a
exactly
bu-
what he's
it's a-
trying to do.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Ult the Titan and in the game. Just ignore the team. Walk into Titan. Dox is trying to stop that though. It's not gonna work because Kitty's gonna.
I'm
go
assuming
in.
the game's over if they're typing. Right now.
It's a possibility. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it is.
game is over.
It just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just didn't pick that fight soon enough.
Yeah, they
Yeah, but Ward's
actually,
place were more on red side. There's not any, barely any Ward's place. Only Doc's place the most with 8.
they were.
But red team placed the most.
They actually had the advantage in that fight too, because they picked up CERN and was that King Arthur, and then they almost had the get down. So really good call there on picking the fight earlier than closer to that Phoenix.
Yeah, you just when your Titans have 3 health, you can't afford to give them the ability to just ignore you.
All right, and it is 12:30 in the morning for me, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and call it a night, guys. Thank you to Godsend and Upbeat Bo for coming on and guest casting / commentating for me. Thank you, Sins, for coming on and commentating for me.
Dude, I was just here to watch, and I was just asking
Baby.
questions the whole time. But yeah, sure, man, whatever.
Big shout out to Sins and Upbeat Bo as well. They are captains for the CGSL. Come check us out. Spread the word. The more players we have, the better at this point in time. And we do have subscriptions up finally, so be sure to follow us, subscribe. Check us out on Twitch, YouTube. We do have a Facebook page, but we don't use it. And that's going to end my stream for the night, guys. Enjoy your
Remember
night.
not to pick me, I suck.